Welcome to Trobe Business for Trobe University. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land which has taken place, the land that we want for injury, and pay respect to their I'm Professor of Management at the Trobe Business School. Currently, it's great to welcome MBA staff and students. Also, in this time, welcoming colleagues online through webinar. Regional access, so people here, and very hard alumni, and clearly for the business school alumni are crucial members of in study with us. Certainly get a from our interest you, and you really want for us in the group. So very important to do that. Just go to current staff, so the main event or the main item for the event this evening is by Jeff Russell, which I would like to introduce in a while. Just take this opportunity to briefly provide an update both on the business school and on the MBA. Obviously, the program the organisation was a very positive new vision, very sufficient for where we want to be. That covers many stuff. Part of where a business school did that very strong responsibility, very important role space. In the business and important initiatives, the MBA itself continues to be a flagship program, not only for business school, but for the university. Very part of it. Really based on campus or about tennis course and new identity. Very proud of that. We're also just to the regional offices, to a variety of video companies, and over the last months we've launched an online version of the MBA core is really a lot of hard work from a lot of different people. Amalia, who was the MBA director, also a colleague for school, school here, a lot of work. So we're very with the MBA. We've got a good external mission of the program. Last year, passed accreditation was what we were accredited. That's important foundation for the European format development. The business year underway and applying for a CSB accreditation, which is a major US business school and accreditation. We're on other rankings, performing very well. QS ranking, ranked number 4 number 2 in Melbourne, Victoria, 4 in Australia, 14 in Pacific, and the top 20 schools international. Graduate Malaysia, Australia, with RM is the highest prize ranking for the biggest 4 years. And I rank sustainability, possibility, and so on. A range of recognition of where we're doing a range of things very well. We were not looking to develop or tweak the content that we're doing and so on. But we're going to program of a number of people over direction. But also now, as part of this sort of rankings and ratings process, at the moment we're involved in ranking. We've done more previously, which is the financial reviews, AFR magazine rating process. 2013, ranked for the top 2 in Victoria, and that significantly is based on graduate survey. So we're in the middle of that, the rating process and ranking process of survey at the moment. One of these opportunities to put some money in the room. This last alumni from a graduate from 2012, 2013, or 2014 haven't had a chance to fill out the survey. I ask you to use to take that important ranking. Your innovation is I think we now with the update and say that this number of people completed it, and the number of people have started haven't completed it. So there's I think people just got to or whatever. And if you haven't had a go, hopefully you haven't had problems. If you can get that help, know. But if you can't, then you are within that battle. Again, really in the MBA business school space, we put titles, but it's all made Trobe out in terms of our programs. I'd like to introduce our special guest speaker for this evening's event. Janet was recently appointed as Professor at Brisbane. Janet's a distinguished leadership and management development, leading experience working with law firms, as well as professional development, mainly in the finance sector. Janet will manage the marketing model, financial services sector, to focus special interest, coaching teams, stimulation change and transformation programs, leadership and development, and talent management and adjustment. In addition to business, Evoco Janet has been appointed to set a best practice management at Trobe University. Also, at the same time, California is so Janet's had a range of corporate and education settings within consulting law firms, business schools, financial services. General manager, CEO, managing broadband. Janet presented to company leaders, boards, others, stakeholders, and projects across the corporate sector. Janet's expanded business is work is by formal qualifications, include a Bachelor of Arts from Deakin, second MBA Dash, student company diploma, and then coaching. Janet's also a member of the Australian Human Resources Institute, very pleased to have a member of the Trobe University Business Advisory Board, also a member of the Advisory Board. For me to be able to introduce Janet tonight, who's going to be speaking about critical in the business world around leadership, and particular types of leadership, or the innovation space. Again, we talk about conscious leadership. We'll then have time for some questions about that. I'm joining welcoming Jenna.
Thank you, Tim. I'm going to read all that. Write that down. Good evening. Thank you for being the brave that came out. It's pretty organised out there, I think. So, depending how much we and I'd just like to acknowledge everybody out there in webinar. So, thank you for joining as well. So, becoming a leader, but before I look at that, thinking of the NDA and my own NDA, CEO as well, a major finance company recently told me he decided to do his NDA for his career because he didn't know enough to work out who was being there, getting change, achieving their targets. And he quickly followed that by saying he gained far more with the BS to protect it from what he called his masters of BS. But most of us do MBA to become more confident and confident about the journey. And the feature of modern MBAs is to spend considerable time exploring what it means to be an effective leader and deal with from where I started the training. So as I said, pretty much for the past 25 years, I've spent my career working with and helping to develop both established and aspiring leaders to be more effective. Tonight, I want to share with you some powerful techniques which have been applied in a number of Australian organisations around being effective leaders with an emphasis on conscious leaders. So, what does it mean to be an effective leader? Many want to know. This one I by the late management guru Peter Drucker, as it can be applied to leading others, to be there's much to self-leadership. And it's leadership that relates this technique of confidence that we need to build confidence as a leader, and those called inner state being. Very much at the heart of what conscious leadership is about, is inner state of being. Look at what is a conscious leader and why it's so much attention now given to the thing conscious leadership. We all know complexity continues to escalate, not just in work in whole life, but particularly in business. That to be successful in organisation can't all function in a little bubble in own business action. They no longer total control over what it's trying to do. And their recognition as an organisation cannot perform at a high level of consciousness of the leadership. Important key and organisations cannot perform at a high level of the consciousness of the leader. And this recognition is being just around the senior leadership team, but also at board level. How do we progress and be successful and continue to be successful in an organisation if our leaders sort of start at a certain level? Our options are far more we don't know from our potential that there's a mind that consciously develop them and then capacity to ability to think and act in ways in which we know to bring up creativity, engagement, innovation, alignment, connection, both within and outside organisations. And that's a fairly broad approach, I think, in terms of things that we're expected to do as resources. Those one highly aware of the effect of their thoughts, their feelings, and their actions that they have on those their organisation. Consciously and practice justness through doing a bit and personal into the why and the tick. So this is really about putting the self-marker on what I call their internal operating. This isn't a leadership development, it's moving focusing. And it seems like a subtle shift, but it's actually a significant shift for a lot of leadership development. Actually, on exploring those mistakes of being, how do we operate internally, the way to, and how does that impact me as a leader? So in the exploration, and this is stuff that previously wasn't touched on in the professional world. This is more my own personal development too. But this is looking at our fears, the internal assumptions we hold, and what all the self-limiting beliefs that may stop us from fully developing action. It's about what's often seen as wasted energy on worrying about things and tripping ourselves up with all internal, say, the voices in our head, regret towards building strength. Now, that's really the leadership development programs that I've either run or been involved in over the past 20, 25 years. They told us to get rid of our weaknesses, eliminate weaknesses. I've got weaknesses and I've got strength. Now, that's fine, but again, I think it's incredibly hard to get rid of a bad habit. Just by, I'll go and focus on this so different, and somehow this bad habit might magically disappear. And so we have this fall back on behaviour, thought patterns. So that's in shift. We're actually sort of taking more of a personal development approach and merging it with professional development. It's dangerous. We're starting to mess with kids a lot in the workplace. We won't mess with them. And so the aim to develop consciousness by drawing practices such as, for some people, this is sort of made really about, medicine, vulnerability, self-reflection, and a lot of psychology. Exploring how features of adult development can impact our learning capability. Adult development. There's a considerable research going back over some 50 years about adults, how we grow and develop as adults. And this research really suggests that adults, if they continue to grow, move through states or phases of development. Okay, with children, we become what happens is that it just ages you so on that we go through that. And with each stage of progression, the adults develop a very different relationship to life, to others, to work, and to leadership. The model comes from Keegan's work, Harvard, and Keegan's one of the foremost researchers in the world on adult development. And this all has been overlaid with significant leadership research over the last 15 years by Diane Goldman, the US leadership. And this approach now being applied practically throughout the corporate world, particularly in the Western world, but also in the Asian countries as well, in executive education programs. So I'm going to simplify it overview, so we won't speak for hours. Here's a simplified Keegan's model, self-interpretation by Goldman. So there is about development. So I said, there are stages of infant and childhood. The first one is the reactive stage, and about 80% of what we know is reactive, about 80%. That's when I pick through adolescence and become well-placed. Yeah. We spend a significant part, though, of our adult life at this stage, in what we call the real stage. We take roles in larger society, and we very much define ourselves by those roles. If you probably all know the feeling of and you got your first professional business card, had your role or your title on it. Yes, I may have taken it shows when you watch things, health. This is me. Very strong identified through those roles. So at this stage, our self is made very secure and valuable by with the lot to succeed by the dominance that accepted roles. We do appear often very effectively. We don't use how our goals, our behaviours are actually predetermined by a lot of external things. It's not coming from inside, it's coming externally from predetermined by the culture in which we grow or trimming. From just outside in. I'm not to follow the call of my own self, my own being, I might call it my own soul, but I don't the extent to which I've been externally influenced, particularly by my family, my parents, my bosses, my friends, or significant other people, including on the subject of culture which I live. I may have of my own, but I either ignore it or I think it's not possible to move outside this place where society. So that's actually to react. What gets in the way? Fear is what gets in the way. Actually, fear of everything outside that science of prescribed moral. Number 8 is the reactive stage. And don't move beyond it. Leaders to operate often critically about the employees at the stage and functions the benevolent. The all hierarchical position will sure employees are solicited, but decision making and all the good stuff, the creative expression is still held by the top. So the best top. Leadership and humanity facilitate the ability of broad sharing power throughout the organisation. So next stage, the creative stage, is the major transition of adult life. So it's another stage. Another side, only 20% of adults in our culture fully make this backwards and forwards. Fully but to transition into what we call the creative stage, we no longer distort the core of our being. It's braver, and we're realising things. We're facing the fact that following path, if it's what we are willing to disappointing others, it means failure. Facing the fear of that and or contradicting the norms of the cultural society in which we've been safe so far. And this for more settled, people shift from being pushed by external services the architect, if you like, or the author of the future that we want to create for ourselves, and we're then it's because we have to let go of how we previously find ourselves, particularly when we know like disappointing others. Is that we begin experiencing satisfaction in living from the sector. Someone say our own bells. And we know watching those bells close on us. We stop blaming our parents, the culture, stop complaining about that we can about that outside problems, and we take full responsibility for how we are in our world that we're making happen. And leadership starts to become leader if you're stuck at this stage. Okay, leadership level really begins to share their power. It's not the seen as letting go of control, and we all know people that perhaps ourselves are really poor control power. We're too afraid to let go of it. At this age, it's not letting go of control of power, it's getting power by sharing. quite a different self and others more important. All led by leaders who are in that creative stage are structured much more around transforming self-management. Shared, it's not yet a true partnership, but the power of the much more shared creativity, critical making is actively encouraged, it's developed, and it's expected at all levels of the organisation. And if you're fortunate to work with leaders who are like this, or you're wanting yourself, you'll know the difference between this type of organisational environment and a reactive environment. 20% of adults will fully make this journey to develop internal of reactive. Most of us live our life splitting backwards between reactive and reactive, and much around trying to keep you to create wasting your energy back in there. That escalating complexity I mentioned earlier that requires a creative or I. Okay. 5% of adults develop to the integral level. This would be so that another 5 to 10% of it are trying to transition into it. Okay. So at the integral level, here the self-definition shifts from thinking complete self. So actually, I think I'm not whole complete. I'm many selves. And there are cells of myself that remain still undeveloped. And I'm part of something bigger, that the world is not just here or there, that I'm now starting to look from the inside out and see how can I make a difference happen here. There's a standing engagement of the partner. I think it's not self that recognize I still have that's exciting stuff to realise, and leaders stage become highly community oriented, often looking at their organisation and looking at what is the purpose of our organisation, what is this, we know how it is and what it's for, why does it exist, why does it need another bank or another organisation. The organisation's employees and leaders like this are encouraging to be true. So we have labels in our organisation where we're all really a lot of these labels use organisations, but our practices are culturally enough to be true. Don't profit to be oriented or thinking more about the world globally. So some people think, that we work in insurance communities. Happening in insurance is happening in ways, around the world. Either is integral stage is connected to development like that to what I call a B4 or to the world side. This is a thing that's just one of the network systems that or stakeholder nested in a much larger system. So you see your members, see all the possible of vision global towards a much broader of understanding, trying to do something like that. So it is achieved. Now, there's some operating just there dealing complexity level of conscious leadership aspired to. But really playing into that creative with some people to move to that integral state. So I guess summary, reactive level, I'm a knee-jerk. I'm a visionary leader. And at the level, I'm the servant leader. So you may know or recognise, and I think looking at that immediately gets at the idea of each level development alone consciously. I won't comment 3 letters there, but each in different ways along with the stage of development. So close to home, what's happening here in Melbourne or in Australia. Conscious leadership initiatives are being used by Australian chief company directors. So, government, there's consideration for government level. McDonald's, BHP, Australia, ANZ, I think we'll hear from that tonight. So ANZ are playing space. Queensland, at least 5 of the top tier law firms in the country are doing conscious leadership initiatives. And the Australian Institute of Sport is doing some really, really innovative things in preparing their performance coaches to lead them to the Rio. They're doing some amazing dives for conscious leadership. One of the firms is run a year-long program, an example of something specific. It's called the Excellence Program, compulsory, or their partners, their senior associates, practice managers. It involves a series of workshops that include a big emphasis on developing conscious leadership and support that one-on-one coaching and the 60-degree tool that specifically focuses on how to move your thinking active creative. Example of one of the things that are happening in the country. This particular program, in its 3rd year, having to measuring the return on investment, or ROI, is showing that there's a range of tangible improvements there. Significant staff retention, engagement ranking, client satisfaction, and the whole internal cultural shift occurring to a more forward-based for the staff beyond topic generation. And of course, as always, results remain important corresponding to the financial. These challenging, they're not that cliche at the same time. And they involve confronting self-worth with an acknowledgement that it isn't work in progress. It's not you ever reach it. It's a consistent work in progress, be a conscious leader. But you hear, it's really self-motivating, rewarding to individuals when you hear them that they were actually able from to creating given situations, that they were consciously aware of themselves, that internal operating system in that moment, say anything in a situation, that they were are aware of the focus because their energy changes from them back and letting go of that and moving into this more creative, open state. So in summary, when we see leadership, we know because there's an obvious competence in applied, and leaders develop the competency. When should leadership? We usually extraordinary leadership, because going on than what we deserve. Because they're operating from a high level of consciousness, a bit like the swan riding along but paddling madly underneath. You don't necessarily see that. And they do that repeatedly, at least 3 things. So 3 important things that it's possible for every aspiring leader or things leader to do. And these are called sticky out the head much. And I'd invite to consider how relevant these actions are to your own journey or your own passions or conscious journey. Thank you.
Thanks so much. It's one of those challenging aspects of any organisation. control that open development leadership. So we'll open for any questions or comments that people want to ask in relation to the presentation.
Given today's traditional Western social term, what do you actually get now following through the chain, which I'm yes also. So how do you measure the tension with short term, the next quarter, so on, sort of negative impact follow that?
Yeah, good question, Bob. I've only looked at the case studies of the organisations that I've been involved with, where, this part of question there, I'm thinking about what the bank, where I understand people money, we still have to be sales targets, we still have to do all the stuff, background underneath the board and the CEO, clear defining what was the organisation was doing, and within the team, this is over a 2 to 3 year period, to take that transactional journey, if you like, through the staff along. Okay, you still have to focus on the short and here, getting sales results, and you still have to drive and be competitive. But in this start introducing different ways of behaviour that you help get there long term. So you there's no other. And I do know it does create attention, and it actually quite a bold and bolshy board there, I say, not to be too afraid to see it because certainly not an approach should be taken on businesses already that, the downward spiral, organisations that are being broken, the organisations that are successful in their field, and therefore having now chance to keep our competitive advantage for that.
Do you feel or
deserves enough to be able to my own case. Certainly the search has been on the state, been on the everything across the whole winter. Profession has been be great for more money to throw around maybe example Queensland Rail, which I have to say surprised me. But I see what I would call fairly hard mode industry, so or financial, so really a range of things. But I do know I'm glad that question. So the question was, how much does personality employer or sit underneath it? And many of you been put through personality tests or indicators over time, probably my type indicator, something like that. Certainly personality plays a role. You know that there's the whole nature of how much is how I'm targeted. My experience that just usually makes it easier for some personality preferences to want to take on journey more than others, and they more a little because their innate line in certain ways, that they get stuff and have their traits, their personality naturally towards conscious. Whether it's possible for everyone who wants to, without motivated, we will find practice something different. I guess I equate it to if you go, then it takes a lot of time to become that elite athlete, but certainly go away to get where work and living that way. And it does play a part. But it just means it might be more palatable, more accessible.
We've got Kerry, and she asks, what do you think is critical to development of leaders, environment or profession?
Environment, in terms of the business environment around. In my self-reflection, the bravery, the courage, like encourage is a kind of a higher order consciousness of not afraid to speak up, to fail to change. Now, it's all to say have courage and if you're in a debilitating environment or a business environment that's not serving well. It's much easier to have control over yourself and do things from there than try to control environment. I would go for every time, and that's where I think experience greater results happen. They often make some very courageous decisions to move away from a particular environment.
Okay, yep. Okay.
Sorry, can you follow on?
I mentioned that there are more and more helpful ways to self-select, like, for example, I was in my self-select outside just like so well, could you give us some guidance on in the past? What's good also like help?
Okay, if I come back to practices here, I mean, we have time to what people done in each of those, but the conscious leadership programs, particularly where it's important to say one-on-one coaching. The coaching very goal focused. Now, if you come up with goals that what is it that you want, is time to see, and then you see what is it that stops getting that, and this is where self-reflection play. Okay, it's down to the basics. It was think about the three people who most influenced you in your life, and why they are negative. And you're messing with people here. Come to me, and so you have to change people through that half life of going internally, thinking about influences, thinking about what voices in their head. We're not crazy. We have Chris One, we all talked about. We all have voices that say, I'm not enough of this, or you'll never be enough. That will fly in itself. And that's stuff that the coaches are just say, people go, oh, that's just wasting your energy on there. How acknowledge you can't get but then practice your awareness when that's and this is putting out. So really, it's a complete concept, but so I'm trying to reflect on the mental to okay, how could I be different? What could I do different? And our skills change to reflect on the business sort of practices that we get leaders.
In the time, Andrea, we're in maybe on the webinar, people who respond to that, both becoming it's what if we can borrow one simulation of space being that's it. With my house, I should tomorrow to go to today.
Mm-hmm. So you're in the environment at the moment, yes, where I would say, which is more important, self-regulating the environment. We are masters of our music, nobody else knows that sort of thing. I take responsibility for yourself if you can do work yourself, because it doesn't serve you well in this environment and you're aspiring to those other roles. Then at that point, you can be, or you want to go and join an organisation, that's great. And if you can't demonstrate that, so you'll interview, or show that that's where you are capable of being or leading in that space. And this environment that it can be using for trying to do this work and still existing very still. And that's great as something to say work forward to say, I'm not going to act in this way. This is along with same ideas or how get your own potential and that my team. So and speak up and appear that I'm my job and maybe show a door. Well, then you've got to work out, and I call it to be shown that's kind of the brave part that you survive and you've got to create it for yourself. That's what we know.
Well, it's from David, and he asks, are the perfect leaders? Humility, weaknesses, and now discriminated classes, yet can be handed in successful workforce.
Yeah, I think that's a really good comment. It works in progress, and that's how I see it. I don't think it's aspiring for profession, and that's when I'm back and aligned with the stage of development. To me, it's just about those who are self-motivated and looking for how can I continue to move as a person. Then these things are guidelines to be used wisely by ourselves and spread it. I think it's all work in progress. I don't think it's perfectly considered to.
Thanks. So thanks, Janet, for that excellent presentation of the engagement. I mean, a lot of interest. I encourage people like then we'll reconvene and stay around for drinks and some meeting. And before we do that, to thank you, a couple of people. Thank Nisha team for their tonight. Also around the online engagement team for their fantastic work. Also to fill out the survey. I don't run into it online. But if you do run into problems, please do get in contact with us. Very good thanks to Janet. Also, very thank you to you and important members of our community. As Janet, I think we're afraid to hold inside, hold dark night out there. So really pleased to take time out of your schedule to come and join us. So thanks very much. We can stay a little while after now. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.